But another show that has lots of dicks in it. We move on to Jobless Reincarnation, episode 4.
You want that to be the first thing that is said on our YouTube about Jobless?
Replace dicks with wieners.
Got it. We're done.
Okay.
Wrap it up and throw it in the hole.
Starts with Lise, the dwarf dude, Tall Hand, and the thief dude, Geese, sitting at Paul's grave, having a beverage, recalling events. Then Rudy rolls in with Roxy, and Roxy is like, oh, hey, you guys leaving so soon? And they're like, yup, everything seems good here now. Lisa's like, you aren't staying for my wedding? And Tall Hand is like, fuck that, you bang too much. And Roxy calms them down. Geese is like, hey, Rudy, here's your share of the loot from the labyrinth. And he gives Rudy a giant sack of coins and gems. And Rudy is like, nah, man, this is too much. And he says, it's Paul's share too. And a little something from the gang. And you got all these mouths to feed now, so take good care of your family. The intro is Geese and Tall Hand leaving, and life kind of going back to normal. And Rudy returning home to his mansion with his bag of loot. Aisha and Zenith are pulling weeds in the garden, and Aisha says Sylphie went to work, and Rudy thinks that he isn't bringing in any money now, and he's an unemployed bum, and his wives are the ones working. Rudy asks how long Zenith has been picking weeds, and Aisha is like, oh, for a while now. And Rudy thinks how Zenith took good care of the plants back in Buena when he was like fucking 3 years old. And Roxy was his teacher, and Rudy thinks it might bring her memories back, so he'll just leave her to tending the garden.
Also, Zenith, like, waving at the baby implies that she has enough, like, mental capacity to understand, like, care with the plants and children.
Yeah,
looks like she's making a good recovery.
She's definitely making progress. Rudy is like, Aisha, you can call my mom too. And she's like, nope, my mom said to call her ladyship. Rudy has the day off, and Aisha tells him to stop by her room later. And Rudy is trying to get Lucy to laugh. And Lilia is like, she reminds me of you when you were a baby, and your dad tried to make you laugh too, but you wouldn't. Lilia and Rudy hear something upstairs, and Rudy goes to investigate and goes into Aisha's room, but nothing seems amiss. But he hears it again and uses his demon eye. But it's just a treant that Aisha is growing.
Also, what the fuck, dude? Fuck you, Rudy, and your stupid sentences. Jesus Christ. Sorry. I took a screenshot of what Rudy said. Obviously, you guys can see it on screen. Fuck this fucking sentence, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like, master like plant. Gotta get those tentacles groping.
Anyways.
Well, if they get cut off, they can depend on Cliff and Zenoba to make prosthetic tentacles that he can then use to continue to grow. Okay. Rudy is like, man, Aisha, why you no tell me? And she's like, I tried, but you were busy, and you found it before I could tell you. And Rudy thinks that treants are the most common monster, but he's like, has it always moved? And Aisha is like, nope, just recently. But I do give it leftover bath water. And Rudy is like, oh shit, bath water with Sylphie and Aisha's sweat mixed in? Of course it makes sense that the treant grew hentai tentacles. Rudy is like, okay, well, you know, it's okay. Good on Aisha for recycling water. She didn't just pour it down the drain.
Shut the fuck up, Greg.
She's like, you know, I'm going to use this water and water the plants.
Hear me out. Like, if there's soap in the water, would kill the plant anyway.
Well, that's not how
What
they
are we
use.
talking
That's not how
about?
they use baths. This is Japan baths. You got to remember that.
Okay. What? Do you not use soap in a bath in Japan?
Nope. You clean your body first before you get in the bath. The bath is supposed to be like an after cleaning thing you do to relax. So when you go to Japan and you go to an onsen, you're going to walk in. There's going to be lockers. You're going to get naked down to your curb stomp penis. And then you are going to walk into the bath house area. And then there's going to be little squatty stools that you sit down on. And then you wash your body on the little squatty stool. Well, there's a mirror in front of you, so you can
a
just
washcloth, right?
Yeah, so you can just see how fat you are, and your wiener's just like hanging out, and it's super.
Hell yeah.
Great to just have that mirror literally at the same level as you as you're squatting on this tiny stool. And then, yeah, you have the little shower hose. You just kind of wet yourself and then you soap up, wash your hair, wash everything. You rinse off and then you go into the baths. When you go into the bath, you should theoretically already be clean. So I'm assuming they're using the onsen bath water, not the shower water with the soap in it.
Even still, one can assume, and you know me, I love assuming, that the oils in your skin would do harm to most plants.
No.
Like, in general.
No.
Okay. Right.
No, you shit on top of a plant and it will grow.
Yeah, true. Okay.
I'm just saying Aisha's good. I'm not defending Rudy at all.
No, it's this just shit.
Okay. Rudy is like, okay, whatever. Let's just burn this thing. But Aisha is like, no, I raised it. And Rudy is like, man, it's a monster. And Aisha is like, no, I'll train it good. And she gives him the puppy dog eyes. Rudy is like, nope, kill that thing. And Aisha is like, okay, let's kill it. And while we're killing it, I'll tell Sylphie and Roxy about your panty shrine. And he's like, oh, fuck. And Aisha says, I don't care that you're a fucking creep, but what will the girls think? Especially Roxy, since they're her panties. But Roxy rolls in and is like, oh, hey, I heard my name. And Rudy is like, oh, shit, I thought you were working. And she's like, yeah, I forgot something. And Aisha is like, hey, Roxy, guess what? But Rudy shuts her up. But Roxy is like, oh, look. A treant. And Rudy is like, yeah, I told Aisha we should torch that shit. But Roxy is like, no, it's okay. Treants are good to the people that raise them right. And Midgard people raise them to keep birds out of their fields. Rudy apologizes to Aisha for being wrong. And she's like, your secret is safe with me, wink. And now they have a pet treant. And the name is Beat. And Rudy still can't believe Aisha found his secret panty altar. I don't know why, because they're like the maids of the house and they literally just walk around and clean the house all day. Like how do you think they wouldn't find it? It's literally just like a door that you walk through. And then there's like a trap door hinge or whatever that's leaving marks on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
All right.
This show infuriates the fuck out of me. Like, I wish this was the first episode of anime that we watch every week because I dread watching Mushoku.
You used to love it.
I enjoyed part of season 2, like the second half of season 2, minus the fucking the penisodes. I was actually talking about this last night with a friend of mine who doesn't watch anime, and I was like, this show has so many good elements to it, and like I'm so tired of people's perversions being inserted into it. Like the writer, and also like I don't think that Rudy's a good person. I don't think it's meant to show that Rudy is anything close to a good person. But what makes me more mad about it is the fact that like it shoves it down our fucking throats like a curb stomped dick. It pisses me the fuck off, dude. It's like every time Rudy can say something fucking insane, he just nails it. He nails it every time, and it makes me uncomfortable.
He does nail it. With 2 different people.
Soon to be 3.
You just hold on to your rage for till past episode 5. Then I think maybe you can release your rage a little bit. Don't get your hopes up.
Full domain expansion.
Yeah. Rudy is domain expansioning, full busting. And everyone's trapped.
Anyways.
Everyone in the screenshot is trapped in the domain expansion.
Great. Oh, great.
But it cuts to Rudy and Cliff, and one of the Hydra scales they got from the labyrinth can nullify barriers, and the technical name is absorbative manatite, and it instantly breaks down things made of mana. Cliff is like, well, let's call it a day. But Rudy is like, nah, let's keep studying. And he's worried his family will be threatened again someday and wants to do everything he can to prepare. And he doesn't want to lose anyone ever again. Zanoba rolls up with Julie, and Zanoba says he took apart the robot more and discovered a large mana crystal at its core, and it was made of many smaller mana crystals with magic circles on them. But then Julie gives Rudy a t-shirt from it-aesthetics.com, where Julie saved 10% off by using promo code TABC10 at checkout, or $5 off by using promo code TABC5 that stacks with any other deals they have going on. And you too can get a shirt like Julie gave to Rudy, a shirt like DJ Montague is wearing, or a shirt like I am wearing right now.
Yes, sir. So IT Aesthetics.
So be like
Excellent.
Julie and visit it-aesthetics.com and be sure to use promo code TABC5 or TABC10 at checkout for 10% off or $5 off of your order. But no, Julie didn't give Rudy a shirt from it-aesthetics.com. Julie gave Rudy a figurine of what looks to be Rougerd. And Rudy thinks that he doesn't need to rush and to just chip at things little by little. Rudy is like, hey, you know what, guys? You want to have dinner at my place? And they're like, fuck yeah. And then we have a montage of dinner and Rudy's saying he's working on research and clearing the superb name. And family is great. And Rudy is like, well, maybe it's time for the next step. And then he looks over at Roxy. Cuts to Rudy and Roxy at school, and Rudy is begging her to do something. But then Sylphie and Luke roll up, and Luke is like, there were reports that you were harassing a female student. And Roxy is like, oh, female student, huh? Not teacher, not wife? Cool. Thanks, Luke, you fuck. But then Sylphie is like, man, Rudy, sometimes girls just don't want to do it. And you can do it with me too if you want. And Rudy is like, oh shit, are you jealous? Man, let's just all three do it at the same time. And Roxy can teach us. And Sylphie is like, what are we talking about again? And Rudy is like, king class water magic. Duh, Sylphie, what the fuck did you think we were talking about? What do you think? I'm some weird pervert?
It infuriates me beyond words every time.
What do you mean? That they're going to cast water class magic?
I'm going to cast water class magic on my fucking eyes.
I mean, Rudy's going to cast snow class magic.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, oh my God. I knew you were going there.
Well, that was your
and
fault.
I hated it from the moment. Yeah, that was my bad.
Okay.
That was my bad. Fuck. Damn.
Okay. All three of them are riding Matsukaze, the horse. And Roxy is like, Sylphie, do you know how to ride horses, that is? And Sylphie is like, well, not really. And then they reminisce about Caravaggio, Paul's horse. And it has a flashback to Rudy being like fucking 7 years old before he bangs Roxy. And they're like, this area...
No, sorry, you're right.
This area looks like Buena. They get to an open field, and Roxy is going to cast king-class water magic lightning on a tree, similar to Season 1. And Roxy incants and blows up a tree and gets faint and says that casting it once is her limit, even with a wand. Rudy gives it a shot with the incantation, and Roxy has flashbacks of young Rudy practicing magic before she banged him, and Rudy is able to cast it. Rudy is now a king-class water mage, and Sylphia's like, I couldn't get that shit to work. And Roxy says she fails 1 out of 5 times, and Rudy is just a baller, and they ride back looking at the sunset. Roxy says she's happy now, and maybe she's still dreaming on the verge of death in the labyrinth, but she's married now and a teacher. And the girls argue about who is more lucky because Rudy's dick is so big. But Rudy thinks that he is the lucky one. And that's how episode 4 ends.
You know, if they just didn't have Rudy's internal shitty monologues, like, fuck, dude. We'd have so much better of a show. Like, Roxy's such an interesting character. Eris is an interesting character. Sylphie's an interesting character. Like, the world itself is interesting. I just cannot stand how dog shit Rudy is. Like, I get it. Your dad was creepy in this world. Like, not creepy, but like he definitely was like a shitbag and cheated on Zenith, and he was a womanizer. Like, you can write that story, but you're a fucking 55-year-old dude in an 18-year-old body saying the weirdest shit in world history, brother. Like, fuck, man. That's why I get so worked up about this show, is it has every chance to be good and well written and not creepy and not, uncomfortable. And every chance it chooses to continue to be that.
And I'm just going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say that like it's going to do it on purpose specifically to pull a story, like to have a change in the story. I don't think we're supposed to listen to Rudy and be like, damn, this guy is super cool. I want to be just like him. And I do agree that I feel like it's kind of shifted a little bit from season 1, because I feel like now in season 3, Rudy, I don't want to say he feels like invulnerable. He did get his hand lopped off by a Hydra.
Well, yeah.
And Paul died, right? So he is aware of like death and how close he was to dying and that sort of thing.
Twice now, because I mean, the Orsted killed him at one point too, and the human god brought him back.
Yeah. Right now it feels to me like in season 3, like he's almost not treating his own life as if it wasn't like an isekai life. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. Because I think in like season 1, when he was teaching Eris and then they had the fake kidnapping plan and then Rudy escaped with Eris and then he fought that North God style guy and he was going to die. But then Ghislaine literally just blade of light, like just destroyed everybody.
Yeah.
At that point, Rudy felt like vulnerable, like he could die. Like, oh man, I had the second chance at life and now I'm going to die. And I would have just died twice and I suck. I feel like we've moved away from that. And maybe it's by design, right? Rudy has gotten older since those times when he was like 13 with Eris or whatever. I feel like they're trying to like build this air of Rudy has come back to neutral. His family's good. They're just kind of living life normally. They're not going on adventures. They're just raising a family, going to work, having dinner. So I think they're trying to build this idea of everything's normal, everything's fine, don't worry about it. And then maybe at the tail end, like the last quarter of the anime, they're just going to upturn everything that has happened and then really put Rudy in a tough position, and then we'll get that feeling again. But yeah, I agree. Like some of the stuff he says is unnecessary. Like you didn't have to call Beat like, you know, hentai tentacle monster because he got fed like sweaty bathwater from the girls.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to say that part.
You didn't have to at all.
And that's what I mean. Like it sits in such a weird spot for me because they have so much weird Rudy perverted thought stuff, but then they have enough like family heartwarming dinner times and protecting the family and like doing everything you can for the people around you sort of thing that like it's almost like canceling it out. Like I'm in this weird limbo of like, do I not like it? Do I like it? It's making it tough for me.
I agree.
But yeah, other than that, another episode of anime in the books here. Next week, we'll be visiting episode 5, which DJ Montague, I feel like, is guaranteed going to get angry again at Jobless Reincarnation. But until then,
that's what I do.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on the Anime Book Club podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. You will find us by looking up the Anime Book Club podcast. And you can find us on the internet at theanimebookclub.com, where you can see pictures of our faces. And if you don't want to type in the Anime Book Club podcast into any of the social medias, you can just click the button that we have ready and waiting for you. Visit gamersups.gg and be sure to use promo code DJ Montague at checkout for 10% off of your order for tasty flavors like, I don't know, an immortal undying box trapped forever juice and
no
what?
Anime girl thighs.
Oh, that is a flavor. What's the other one you like that you've been drinking lately?
Kissy Kissy passion fruit, Sakura splash, anime girl thighs, and
Buff Pop.
Doggy style.
Yeah.
Buff Pop.
Yeah. And then you can also get flavors like Aisha and Sylphie's bathwater over at gamersups.gg and save 10% off of your order by using code DJ Montague at checkout. And you could also go to IT-Aesthetics to get a shirt like mine, or a shirt like DJ Montague's, or a shirt like Rudy's. And be sure to use promo code TABSY10 or TABSY5 at checkout for 10% off of your order, or $5 off of any other coupons that they have going on at the time. But other than that, I don't think we have anything else for you except the moral of the story featuring DJ Montague.
I've said this on a different episode of Meet People Where They're At. People do things in the world for mostly selfish reasons because we are human and we can only affect what is here in a small vicinity unless you're looking at a larger scale. But when you are around people, meet them where they are. Be kind and put yourself in their shoes and realize that your upbringing is not the same as everybody else's. I, being a hyper-competitive gamer and ingrained in fighting games, have a lot of different knowledge about different games and different reactions towards different things in video games and equate that with my own knowledge of 27 plus years of very competitive gaming. Not everybody's gone through that. And teaching people and giving people knowledge and appreciation and patience is going to go a long way. This isn't French cuisine. Don't yell at everybody. Try and teach them and meet them where they're at.
Yeah, meet Rudy where he is at. Even if he is at the Love Hotel, meet Rudy there. And then he will teach you something that you may not know. And you need to put yourself in Rudy's shoes.
It's going to be water class magic.
If you get isekai'd and you become Rudy and you have 2 wives, put yourself in his shoes. And what would you do with 2 wives that ride the horse with you and you cast incantationless snow magic towards the ladies? I think that's what DJ Montague was trying to get at.
Don't let your wives ride bareback on your horse.
Yeah, and if they don't know how to ride, you should have the other wife teach the other one how to ride, and then you all ride together.
What is the name of that song?
Genuine Pony.
I was thinking of the one that horses in the stable.
Ram Ranch.
No, it's close enough. Anyways, okay. Friends, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah, and we definitely don't have anything else for you except for DJ Montague to tell me to say something so then he doesn't have to say it because he does not like parting because it is such sweet sorrow.
Do you want me to say goodbye?
You don't have to. I'm not telling you to do anything. You are your own man.
Meet me where I'm at, Greg.
You are your own man. I'm not going to pressure you to do anything that you don't want to do. But you pressure me and it's okay. I accept it because I understand that that is the competitive fighting game side of you. And then you like making the opponent do something that you want them to do so you can capitalize on them and get some 50% kill combo, using Cammy or something. You don't play Cammy, but if you did.
Greg, tell them goodbye. Okay. We have so much things to do today.
Okay. All right, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you, friends, for checking out the Anime Book Club podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
And if you don't want to miss the next one, follow us on the socials where we announce new episodes, content, and other cool stuff. You can also check out our anime list with our rankings and follow along with what we're currently watching and what we have watched in the past.
All the links are in the description. See you in the next one. Bye!